Welcome to the OP11 Purple Katakuri deck breakdown, where we're going to be going over the deck, card choices in the deck. We're going to be going over what every card does, how to play the deck, starting hands, tech options you could try considering. We're going to be looking at the matchups for the deck and then the curve of the deck. Then we're going to cap it off with some gameplay to see the deck in action. So if that's something you're excited about, stay tuned. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Kaizoku.
This video is brought to you by Adakai TCG. Shop the latest in premium holographic textured custom One Piece cards. Designed for collectors, crafted to stand out. Use code KAIZOKU for 15% off your next order. This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. Discover Western OP10 lists and Eastern OP11 lists on gumgum.gg. Updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. So Charlotte Katakuri gets another monocolor leader here. He's very ripped and very shirtless here in his art. But yeah, it's a very strong purple deck actually. Like literally the only thing holding it back from competing with the 3 purple Luffy decks in the top meta is that Katakuri cannot run Gum Gum Giant. If he had like a Mochi Mochi big body boy or something kind of card that mimics the defensive power of Gum Gum Giant, yeah, I could definitely see Katakuri being up there. Because yeah, in his package, it's mostly OP11 cards. He's got a lot going for him. But yeah, let's just go over his leader ability. So when attacking or on opponent's attack once per turn, if you Dawn -1, you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and then after that, this leader gets plus 1k power. So that means on your turn when you're attacking, you get a free 6k swing, right? 1 free extra Dawn of value there. And then conversely, when your opponent attacks you, you can get 1 extra free 1k counter if you Dawn -1. When you're at 10 Dawn, if you Dawn -1 to attack and then Dawn -1 to defend, you just go back up to 10 the next turn. So that's when it's like the most value heavy. But prior to that, we do run cards that kind of mitigate this cost, allowing you to get extra value from it. And because of that, we're not really a ramped deck, right? We're not trying to get to 10 ASAP. We get there pretty much same time as any other deck, except we get to swing 6Ks along the way. So let's just take a look at the deck list. For OP11 Charlotte Anana, 1 cost, 1k power, 1k counter. If you have another character on board that is a Big Mom Pirates type, Anana gains blocker, so it's just a nice chump blocker to fight back against the other Titanic ramp decks, right? They're swinging big 9, 10k attacks at you, you can just block it. For OP11 Charlotte Pudding, 1 cost, 0k power, 1k counter. So Pudding is a new top 5 searcher for the Big Mom Pirates type. And then she also has another effect on board, so activate main. If you Dawn -1, you can rest Pudding and then look at the top card of your opponent's deck. This isn't too relevant in a Katakuri deck because our leader ability does that already anyway. But I guess this is more if you're running like purple-yellow Pudding. You could use this effect, right? Some of the effects in this deck require you to know what's on the top of your opponent's deck. But yeah, just the fact that it's a searcher is why we run it in this Katakuri deck. And that's also why it's a little more consistent than the purple Luffy decks that also run the 8 cost Katakuri, because we can actually search for it. For OP08 Charlotte Katakuri, 2 cost, 3k power, 1k counter. Activate main, you can trash this character. If your leader has the Big Mom Pirates type, you can play a Charlotte Katakuri from your hand with the cost of 3 or more. That is equal to the cost of the number of Dawn that your opponent has. So if your opponent ramps to 8, you can play this 2 cost Katakuri to cheat out your own 8 cost Katakuri. You get a 6 Dawn discount for that. That's the only Katakuri in the deck that we run to be able to cheat out with this one. But yeah, since we can search with the Pudding, it's not too hard to find both pieces of the combo. And in the late game, at 10 Dawn, if you have 2 8 cost Katakuris in hand and this 2 drop in your hand as well, you can actually play both of them out, right? 2 Dawn for this guy and then you just hardcast the other one. For OP01 Sasaki, 3 cost, 4k power, 2k counter. Dawn times 1 when attacking. If you charge a card from your hand, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. So yeah, in this deck, as we mentioned, it's not like a ramp to 10 deck, but we do need ramp. We need to ramp at least once going first to hit 8 on the turn that we need to hit 8. So this is just a nice way to guarantee it, because it's something you can play on your second turn for 3. We'll go over it in the curve section, how to reach 8 safely and consistently, but that's the reason why we run this Sasaki. And it is searchable by the event searcher in our deck because it's Animal Kingdom Pirates type. For OP08 Charlotte Pudding, 3 cost, 4k power, 1k counter. On your turn once per turn, when a Dawn card is returned to your Dawn deck, you can ramp rested Dawn back out. So that makes your leader ability free, right? Once you play this Pudding on your second turn, on your 3 Dawn turn, you can just attack for 6k and know what's on the top of your opponent's deck. For OP11 Strusen, 3 cost, 3k power, 2k counter. So activate main once per turn. If you Dawn -1 and rest this character, you can declare a cost, and if the top card of your opponent's deck is that cost, you can rest a 4 drop or less. So it's kind of like better Usohachi, right? Usohachi requires you to be at 8 Dawn or more. You can use this Strusen anytime that you know what's on top of your opponent's deck. Sometimes you can even guess, like if it's a Bello Betty deck, you can just guess 4 and more often than not you'll be right. But This is where our leader ability plays into his effect, right? Because our leader ability lets us check. So it's Don -1 for leader ability, know what's on the top of your opponent's deck, then Don -1 for Strucin, tap before drop. 4 starter deck 18 Usohachi. As we mentioned earlier, it's another 4 effects like the Strucin that we saw earlier. So what Usohachi does is he's a 3-cost 3k power with 2k counter, and on play, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, you can rest a 5-drop. So it rests something bigger than Strucin, but you do have to be at 8 Dawn. But sometimes you don't really need to use a rest effect until the late game anyway. So yeah, you could argue that Usohachi is more generically better than Strucin, but might as well have 8 effects like that, right? 4 EB01 Mr. 2 Bond Clay, 4 cost 1k power 1k counter. Unfortunately, we kind of need it, so yeah, if you're hurting on cash, maybe consider some alternatives for this 4 Dawn ramp slot. There are some, so we'll go over it in the card options section. So what Mr. 2 does is on play, you can add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck as active. That's that ramp we need, right? We need that 1 ramp going first to hit 8. And then when attacking, Mr. 2 can make his base power equal to one of your opponent's character's powers. So yeah, just punishing against like ramp decks, because you can just copy one of their big characters. But yeah, we mainly use it for just a ramp, so if you get the ramp off, that's already good enough, because it's not searchable in the deck at all. 4 OP11 Charlotte Perospero, 5 cost 7k power. Activate main once per turn. If you trash a card from your hand, you can declare a cost and then reveal top card of your opponent's deck. If it's the cost that you said, you get to draw a card and then ramp an active Dawn. Combined with our leader ability, it makes you net neutral, right? You just get an active Dawn and you get to cycle a card from your hand. If you had a putting out the turn prior to playing this Perospero out, you do get to go up 1 Dawn. So that's a nice combo, right? It gets you to 6 to safely go to 8 the turn after. But yeah, it's just nice to cycle cards out, and then you get access to 1 extra Dawn that you can use to swing with even. And then once you start getting 2 Peros, that's when you actually like ramp active Dawn, because you only need to use your leader ability once and you'll know what's on top, right? The top card doesn't change even if you have multiple Peros. 4 OP11 Charlotte Katakuri, 8 cost 8k power. So he has blocker, and then at the end of the turn you can set up to 2 of your big mom pirates type characters with the cost of 3 or more as active, and then you can add a Dawn from your Dawn deck as rested. So our entire deck is pretty much big mom pirates type characters. We can untap everything in our deck, and then Katakuri can even untap himself. That's what makes him so strong. So you're free to attack with this 8k blocker, and then he'll be available to block for you the turn after. And yeah, the Dawn ramping at the end of the turn does become a little relevant because our leader ability, right? If we counter for 1k using our leader ability, we can just get it back with this Katakuri, or even when we attack, we can attack for 6k and we'll get the Dawn back. So it makes it a little more flexible for us to just liberally use our leader ability. And it also helps us recover from like a 10 cost Big Mom effect. Speaking of, we get another new 10 cost Big Mom character. So 4 OP11 Charlotte Linlin, 10 cost 12k. If your leader has the Big Mom Pirates type, this character gains Rush. So yeah, it's a 10 cost 12k Rusher in our deck. Then on opponent's attack once per turn, if you Dawn -5, if you declare the cost of a card and then the top card of your opponent's deck is that cost, you can make your leader a 7k base. That combined with your leader ability, because you have to use your leader ability first to know what's on top of their deck, unless you like kind of want to gamble. This actually lets you counter up to 3k, and then you stay at 7k for the rest of the turn. So yeah, it can just buy you some time. It's not as good as a Gungam Giant for sure, but it does really well against like decks that go wide, right? Gungam Giant's more against decks that swing one big swing at you, but this helps you mitigate a bunch of small like 6k swings. And as we mentioned, Dawn -5, steep cost, but since we're running like Peros and Katakuris, we ramp the Dawn back not too slowly, right? We go back up to 10 like a turn or two later. Yeah, just having a 12k rush that you can just throw out whenever it is really menacing. For OP07, we're going to claim the One Piece, the 1 cost searcher event. It finds both Animal Kingdom and Big Mom Pirates types. So that pretty much hits everything in our deck except like the Usohachi and the Mr. 2s. And then on trigger, it activates the main effect. That's even better than just drawing a card like some of the other searchers. It lets you find exactly the card that you need. And lastly, we have 2 OP10 God Threat. It's a 5 cost event on main. You can key out to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 5 or less, and you add 1 Dawn as active. So yeah, it's just a utility way to ramp, right? If you don't want to play a character out, or if your opponent has like a threat that you want to kill instead of you developing a Perospero or something, God Threat's a nice answer, right? This is good against like Smoker, Sanjin Pudding, your opponent's Charlotte Perospero, stuff like that. And then you get to ramp 2 to hit, if you're playing this on curve 5, hit 6 and then 8 the turn after. And then even on trigger, it's great. You get to ramp 1 active Dawn. And if you're wondering about the price of the deck, most of the cards are in OP11, but there are some cards that you can pre-buy now. So if you click the show prices button on my deck builder, it'll show you what's available. If you're watching this when OP11 launches though, you'll see prices for each of the cards. But for now, if you wanted to pre-buy, you can pick up some of these Katakuris. They're pretty cheap. Most expensive card again is the Mr. 2s, unfortunately. But yeah, again, we'll go over the alternatives in a bit. And then for your convenience, if you're lazy like me, I do have a TCG Player Mess Entry button. It copies the entire deck of whatever's available at the moment that you're clicking it copies it to your clipboard. You can go to TCG Player's mass entry form. Well, actually, this link takes you there, and then you just Control V, paste it, add to cart. You add the entire deck to your cart. You can buy the whole deck in one click. But if you wanted to buy these cards individually, there's like shopping cart links on each of the cards. It'll take you to the cheapest version, cheapest variation of the card, and it'll go through my affiliate link. So if you're going to buy these cards anyway and you wanted to support me, this is a great way to do it. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at the starting hands. So for cards in the starting hand, you'll want to find the searcher, of course. This finds any piece that you're missing. If you're going second, if you happen to be going second, Charlotte Katakuri might be nice to develop early, right? Because it turns into an 8 cost later. But since you do kind of want to take the first curve when you can, on your second turn, if you don't get like a pudding, Sasaki is a nice option because you can ramp you a Dawn the turn after that. But if you do get pudding, I think pudding is like your best play on your second turn because it allows you to attack for 6k and look at what's in your opponent's deck, right? The next card that they're going to draw is the card that you're going to look at. So you'll have a little bit of information on what's in their hand. And then pudding also combos really well with Pedal Sparrow. So on your 5 Dawn turn, if you do play Pedal Sparrow, as we mentioned, you get to actually ramp 1 Dawn up, hitting 6, and then that goes into 8. But without Pedal Sparrow, Mr. 2 does the same thing, right? On your 5 Dawn turn, you use ramp to 6. And then having Katakuri in hand is pretty comfy, I would say, right? Even though we're running the pudding searcher, sometimes you just don't find Katakuri. So just having them guaranteed in hand is really great. You can depend on them to be out to block and attack, and then attack every turn and still be able to block after that. And then yeah, we have the event searcher to find any piece that we're missing, and then God Thread as an option to ramp on our 5 Dawn turn as well. And then we'll go over the card options for the deck. So here are the card options. There actually aren't too many, right? The deck is kind of set in stone, but so if you're having trouble against aggro, Charlotte Oven is a nice answer to that. Because what he does is if you activate main, if you rest his character, you declare a cost. If the top card of your opponent's deck is that cost, you can pop a 3-drop and then you ramp a rested Dawn. So yeah, it's no detriment to use your leader ability to check, and then you'll get the Dawn back. If you develop like a pudding prior to this, you actually go up in Dawn, right? You recover 1 from your pudding, from your leader ability, and then this oven gives you 1 Dawn on top of that. But again, this is only if you're having trouble with aggro. And then instead of the Sasaki 2k counter, if you want it to be more consistent in terms of like Big Mom Pirates 2k counters, you can consider Charlotte Daifuku from OP11. It's a vanilla 2k counter. And then yeah, if you're too poor for Mr. 2, I guess like literally the only 2 options you have are Basil Hawkins, which is not searchable in the deck, but it ramps you a Dawn on play. And then Brule is searchable, but it's a little less consistent in terms of ramp because she's a blocker, but she only ramps when she dies. And then if your opponent doesn't attack you, then they can kind of deny you of the ramp. Or if they like bounce or bottom deck the Brule, you don't get the ramp because it's only on KO. But yeah, other than that, like the rest of the deck, I don't think is negotiable at this point. Maybe the 2-cost Katakuri might be, because I feel like he's kind of low impact, but there's really no other alternatives that I could think of. So yeah, we'll move on to the curb section. Alright, so let's go over Katakuri's curve. So his better curve is going first. We'll just show that off first. So on 1 Dawn turn, you could play like a pudding searcher. Find what you need, and then it goes to your 3 Dawn turn. Here's where you want to play the other pudding. Hopefully you had it in hand or you found it with this pudding. This is where you can use your leader ability. So you'll Dawn -1, make your leader a 6k when he swings, right? And then you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and then this pudding gives you a rested Dawn back. So it's like you lost nothing at all. And now you're able to freely use your leader ability every turn as you so choose. It passes to your 5 Dawn turn. So here is where it would be nice if you got a Pedal Sparrow. You play him out, use your leader ability to check your opponent's top deck. So you minus a Dawn for that. Pudding gives you the Dawn back. And then you know what's on your opponent's top deck, right? So if you knew if it was like a 4-drop, you can use the Pedal Sparrow's effect. So activate main, you trash a card, and then declare 4. You get it correct, you get an active Dawn. And then if your opponent was a 5k base leader, you could swing with the pudding if you'd like, right? You have the Dawn to swing for 5 here. Because from this point on, once you hit 8, you don't really need this pudding anymore. Because Katakuri also gives you a rested Dawn at the end of the turn. So we'll go to our 8 Dawn turn, and that's when we play Katakuri. And then yeah, from this point on, you're just playing Katakuris and 10 cost Big Moms, right? The turn after that, you have 10 Mom to swing with 12k rush. Katakuri can always attack, and then Pedal Sparrow can always attack. And then at this point, if you still have this pudding out, there is some nuance to how to use this Pedal Sparrow. So here, let me illustrate it. So if you attack with your leader and use your leader ability to attack for 6, you minus a Dawn, right? You actually want to not use this pudding's effect to ramp you a rested Dawn, so that this Pedal Sparrow, when you use his effect, he gives you an active Dawn back, and then you can use that active Dawn to swing for 8, right? If you had used the pudding's effect to ramp a rested Dawn, then like if you use Pedal Sparrow's effect, you don't ramp any Dawn at all. So you're actually down 1 extra 1000 power that you could use for the turn. So be wary of that. Next, we'll go over the going second curve. So 2 Dawn turn. Here's where you could play like a pudding, or if you have the Dawn to spare, like an Anana to block for later. It passes to your 4 Dawn turn. So yeah, you can still do what you did before and just play pudding at this point. You would have Dawn to attack with your leader for 7. So swing, he gets plus 1k power, minus a Dawn, plus it back. It goes to your 6 Dawn turn next. And at this point, you don't need a ramp anymore because you naturally go to 8, but you can still ramp for fun, I guess. Right, play Perospero, and then your leader ability, minus a Dawn, get it back. Then you can Perospero effect to gain an active Dawn, and then you can swing like 6k with the pudding or something. And then you go to 9, here's where you can play your Katakuri. But yeah, it's the same thing that we saw in the going first curve, except the going first curve gets to play the A drop out first. So that's what makes it slightly weaker. Right, that extra Dawn that we have, we don't really need it for anything in this particular deck. Then it passes to 10, and you play 10 cost Big Mom, and yeah. So that's the curve of the deck. Next we'll look at the matchups. So here's Purple Katakuri's matchup stats in OP11 for all sim games. He has a weighted win rate of 44%, so yeah, not doing too hot. Going a first win rate of 50.5%, and a going second win rate on average of 36, so he does a lot better on average going first. That's his stronger curve. Here are his specific matchups against the other leaders. So against Red Black Koby on average does pretty well, 53%. Good into Blue Purple Luffy as well, and then has some polarizing matchups like into Blue Yellow Nami. Average win rate of 47%, but has a actually like favorable going first win rate 55 versus 38% going second. Same with Reiju, same with the Teach matchup, same with the Green Yellow Law. But yeah, it does falter to like black decks like Lucci. Once he gets his Kuzans and Laboon set up, he can just pop your 8 drops really easily, and you don't really have an answer to get rid of his cost reducers. And similarly, Bilobedi can just kill you before you can even set up. And yeah, as I mentioned, like I feel like some of these losing matchups can be fixed if Katakuri could get access to Gungam Giant, but he can't. So unfortunately, that's the reality of being a purple non-straw hat leader at the moment. But yeah, one nice feature of my stats website is that if you click a leader, you can look at specific matchup statistics. So in the Katakuri versus Lucci matchup, one of his weakest matchups, some cards that might potentially help you that I've identified in the potential tech card section. It looks like some people run Oven, right? Oven kills the Brook because it's a 3-drop. Some people run Poly to pop the Laboons and the Kuzans as well. It looks like Sanji as well, right? You can tap the Kuzan before it gives -4 cost or something. And then the 9 cost Rush Luffy draws you a card and has Rush, so it gets your damage in before you die. So yeah, some interesting things that you may find here. This is done through a formula that I wrote, so yeah, sometimes you just find really cool tech this way. So yeah, that's the Purple Charlotte Katakuri OP11 deck at the moment. From the looks of things in OP12, I don't think it's going to get buffed anymore, but it's almost a complete package right now. He just needs something to rival Gungam Giant to actually be competitive, but despite that, I think in like the realm of like off meta or rogue decks, Katakuri is actually pretty strong, right? If you're doing like a non-meta tournament only, I would definitely consider this guy as a pick, right? He's got a lot of good things going for him. His late game is a lot more consistent to find thanks to the searchers we run, and his leader effect isn't too bad either, right? The 6k attacks and the 6k counters do add up in the end, but unfortunately it's just not enough to keep up with the current top meta. But yeah, let me know if you guys tried the deck out. Let me know what you guys think of it. If you hate Blue Purple Luffy in particular, it seems this deck does pretty well into that deck specifically. So yeah, if you hate that deck, I would consider Katakuri like a fun deck to play. But just in general, it's a fun deck to play. I like it. But yeah, if you guys give it a try, let me know what you guys think. And if you guys have any tech options or card choices that you'd like to suggest, let me know in the comments below. And then subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I have a bunch of OP11 deck breakdowns out by now, so if you're trying to get ready and trying to decide what you want to play, do give those a peruse. And yeah, I guess that's it for now, so we'll move on to the gameplay section. Alright, we have Purple Katakuri versus Blue Purple Luffy. Let us keep this hand. We'll try to find ramp with putting Prospero works. Right, I figure we have 8 costs and 10 costs in hand. This is as guaranteed as we're going to get with it. If they ramp pretty quickly, we can utilize their ramp to play our 2 cost Katakuri into 8. So yeah, let's just see how much of their ramp they're going to get. If we top deck okay, I was going to say 3 cost pudding would be like pivotal right here, but we don't get it. So we'll play pudding. Let's find, I guess, a 2k. And then we could play Anana and just swing 6. So 6 at the leader. Okay, so we're not going to ramp to 8, unfortunately. It happens. Even though we run so many ramp. Right? Well, unless we top like a Mr. 2 or something, that would save us. Well, not save us, but let us hit 8 cost Katakuri a little earlier. So he ramps and then attacks us for 7. We'll take that. Okay, we got a trigger to search. I mean, 2 Perosperos? Let's take an Ana. I think we'll only have room to play 1. Oh, now we get the freaking 3 cost pudding. Okay, we'll play Perospero. We'll just swing 6 and then get the Dawn back. Okay, 3 costs. Let's remember that. Oh, I think it shows you anyway in the sim. Oh, they took a 6. Okay, we don't need the pudding anymore. And then, yeah, they remind us that there's a 3 cost on top. Play a second Ana. But unfortunately, we go to 7 next turn. We still can't play our 7 cost. Oh, wait, since they're at 8 Dawn. Okay, so they got rid of our Perospero. Yeah, we can play our 2 cost Katakuri to turn into an 8 drop. And then we can swing bigly with our leader. Yeah, thank you, Luffy. So 6 at us. We'll take that. Oh, Mr. 2. I can play Mr. 2 and Katakuri. So Mr. 2. And then I have 2 Dawn to spare. We'll play Katakuri out. We'll morph it into the 8 drop. And then we'll swing 8 at leader. Leader ability. Okay, we know he's going to have a Gungam Giant in hand. Yeah, so yeah, the leader ability is good for this too. Right, you get to know a little bit about what's in their hand. They took, and then we'll ramp and active, arrested Dawn. So we hit 10 next turn. They're at 1 life though, so that's good for us. I'm pretty sure the 12k hit is going to put in a lot of work here. And it's nice that we got our big thing out before he did. Right, unfortunately for him, like most of his big stuff is at 9. Ours is like starting from 8. So he got to 8 for us. Okay, so I don't know if he picked up a second Gungam Giant or if it's the one that he saw from the very top. But he does have at least 1 Gungam Giant in hand, potentially 2. Right, if they just both happen to be in the top 5. We're gonna just have to assume it's the one that we saw. Okay, they played 9 Mom. It's gonna put our Mr. 2 into life, I'm guessing, or else he lets me copy a 9k. Ooh, discards a Sanji. So he couldn't set up Sanji into Big Mom, unfortunately. They were in his hand then, the whole time. Which is why he took so many hits early. So 6 at my face, we'll just block that. Okay, and he's gonna ramp with the Zoro, that's fine. 2 down for 2 Gungam Giants, maybe he does have 2. Okay, we'll play 10 Mom. And then we'll swing 6 at leader. Okay, they have an 8 cost Katakuri of their own coming. Counter 1, here's a 8. This will burn a Gungam Giant maybe. Then he'll take the 12. Took the 8, okay. Can you defend the 12? Nope. And we'll untap and gain Arrested Dawn. I have 2 chump blockers too, so I think we're golden here, right? Even if he heals again with a 9 Mom. I can do like 3 big hits next turn. Okay, picked up a Zorojuro. Maybe he draws into the Kata and plays it. Now Kata won't save him. Maybe Kata and 2 Gungam Giants might actually be enough to stall. As insane as that is. 6 my Katakuri. My leader. He just block, and then if they swing a bigger number into Katakuri, I have enough counter. 9 at my face. Sure. Or we can just chomp. Because I do need board space anyway if I want to play something next turn. Okay, Sanji into Kata. Okay, I think even if I don't finish this turn, I don't think I die. I have 4 life, he has 4 attackers, right? Unless the Zorojuro is going to put in some work. Okay, we have nothing in our hand. We'll play a... Maybe we swing first and just see what happens. So 10 with Kata. This will burn Gungam Giant for sure. Yep, that was for sure. Now the safe play would just to play Mr. 2 and set up for lethal next turn. But every turn that you delay it against Blue Purple Luffy, they just get that extra turn to find an answer, right? So they countered 5. Swing 6. Let's just play it safe. Okay, 9 cost Luffy. That won't give him game though, because then their leader could only attack for 7 max. Okay, burn to 1k. I guess it's a Mr. 2 and then another Anana. Mr. 2 there, and then I wish I had used this Dawn up more efficiently. Okay, we'll force the block with the Katakuri. So Anana, and then remaining Dawn onto Linlin for 16. If Katakuri dies, that's even less chance he has for lethal. Yep, okay, cool. Untap everything, gain the Dawn. So he can only swing my face. Have a lot of face to spare. Okay, so he has a Nami blocker. Unfortunately, Chusen can't tap it, but if I pick up an Usohachi, that can. Okay, 9 in my face. Oh, leader ability? Nah, let's just take it. Okay, 10 mom might be good for next turn. 9 in my face. Let's just block. So I can play the 10 mom if I need to. Okay, Sanji into another 9 mom. Okay, that buys him some time, but no blocker. No blocker, no blocker. Do I play the 10 mom or do I try to go for game? Okay, puts our Mr. 2 away. If he swings with leader, I just block. So he may not swing at all. Okay, he swung. We'll just block. I guess, oh, they have Zoro too. Okay, sure, get your Dawn. So we'll swing 12 with the 10 mom maybe, and then if that goes through, we just go for game. Or no, let's do 8. Burn the Gungam Giant. If this goes through, then I have a really big 22k swing. Okay, so the gear second. 12 with Lin Lin, and then if this goes through, I can do, what, 16 with leader? Maybe that's enough. They took it. Let's go 16? Oh, but it wouldn't be 16 because I have to return 1 Dawn, so it'd be 15 still. Or I could play Lin Lin. And 12? Maybe this is better. And I have 6 with my leader if I need it. No, 15 would have been better actually, but... Okay, so there's a 2. There's no way, right? Another 2. Oh god, he has 3k. 1. 1 more? Oh, okay, we had exact lethal. We have Purple Katakuri versus Purple Luffy. Hey, just like on the box art. Okay, so we have Pudding to find 3 cost. Pudding! Nope. We could take 2k or Katakuri or Anana. We can take any of these except for another Pudding. We'll take the Katakuri. Right, he's gonna ramp to 8. If we draw 2 8-cost Katakuris, we could just piggyback off his Dawn. Okay, so they play a Lost Searcher. Oh! Lost Searcher means... nothing. So Zordro, I was gonna say... that's only relevant for freaking Green Purple Luffy. I was like, wait, why is he running Law? I got mixed up. So we'll just play a 2-cost Katakuri here. We have the 8-cost in hand. So we'll just wait for him to ramp for us. Like a good boy. Okay, going to 5. Good, good. 5 with us. We'll take that. Sangoro. Okay, they're not playing ramp to 8. They're playing Luffy Taro. Maybe a combination of both. We'll play Perospero here. Let's see what's top of his deck. It's a 1-cost. Okay. Searcher Law. Not bad. Huh, so if they're Luffy Taro, they're not going to hit 8 for a while. For 2 more turns. Oh well, at least we'll still have the Katakuri ready to just transform. Okay, they counter. We'll just, let's see. 1 and get a Dawn back. And then just pass. Okay, so they ramped to 8, but they're going to play Taro now, right? And then go back down to 7. 5 with us. We should counter this because Sangoro might be a bigger hit. So counter 2. Right, if Sangoro swings 7, then... okay, just 6. We'll take it. Maybe he plays an 8-drop instead? Ooh, no, wait. He can still play Luffy Taro after the Law. Okay, picks up a Sanji. Yeah, Taro, right? Yeah, dang it. You're not at 8, Dawn. You're supposed to be at 8. Come on. See the Gungam Giant guaranteed. Well, I'm awkwardly at 7. So I can play Perospero, just have 2 Perosperos out. Yeah, that might be what I have to do. But that's okay. Okay, so we'll play Perospero and then we'll use our leader ability. We can ramp twice this turn with it. How about an 8k at Sangoro? Or Nosuke? Okay, 2k in hand that we're going to know of. Keep note of it. He countered 2 and he still died. Oops, I guess he didn't know about my leader ability. Giving me 1k counter, or power. So for Nosuke is 5, give me Dawn. And then for Nosuke is still 5, so give me Dawn. Oh wait. Oh, let's just discard the event. I don't think we need it for anything. Give me Dawn. Okay, so 2 active. I guess we just swing 9 with Perospero. Take a 9. They took it. Okay, so they have a lot of big characters, but we also have a lot of counter. No, I guess Luffy Taro is the only big character. Okay, 6 my face, but just counter 2. 6 my face. I could leader ability because I can just go back up to 9 next turn, but we'll counter 2 for now. Maybe I can use it with this Luffy Taro hit. Okay, he does 9 at my Peros Pero with Luffy Taro. I should save him, so we'll counter 3. Okay, plays the Luffy Taro. He is still at 8, so I can get the discount with Katakuri and swing like 3 really big swings here. If I get a second 8-cost Katakuri, I can play both out. Okay, they have a Gum Giant. Oh, I get a second 8-cost Katakuri. Alright. Guess we'll have no cards in hand, but we'll have 2 Katakuris out. And then that means my Peros Peros will have nothing to discard, but oh well. Oh welly well. I think I'm safe enough with 2 blockers that I can try to just bring them to 0. So here is a 9 at face. Took it. Okay, here is a 9 at face. Then we have 10 from our leader. And yeah, this is the perfect time to do this because he doesn't have Dawn up for Gum Giant. He has him in hand, but he doesn't have the Dawn to afford at the moment. So perfect timing for us. Right, there's no way he can get through 2 Katakuris and 3 life. This is the best time to go all in like this. Okay, they countered that. Here's a 10. Go to 0, please. Yes, okay. So now he's kind of like forced to have to like develop a blocker. Otherwise, I just go like 18 with my Katakuri. And he has to hope he has enough counter for that. So like the cheapest blocker he could play is like 4 cost Onami. So that leaves him with 6 Dawn for the rest of the turn. It locks him out of playing anything big either. 6 at our face, we'll take it. 6 at our face, we'll leader ability and then counter 1. Okay, he's got another Gum Giant coming. 5 at our face, we'll block with the Katakuri. I guess he could kill one because I don't have any cards in hand. Yeah, he swings 8 at it. Bye-bye, Kata. Then this Luffy Taro has to swing at my face. I'll gladly take it. If he plays 2 blockers, that might be an issue. Right, 2 blockers and like 2 down up for Gum Giant. 8 at our face, we get a 2k. Okay, plays a lot. He's looking for that Onami or something. Sangoro, that's not a blocker. Zordro to find at least 1 blocker. Or another Gum Giant. We know he just bottom decked one with the Law Searcher, because we saw it was on top. And Law can't pick it up. But I guess maybe he should have surmised that, right? Because he saw. Wait, he can see what's on top of his deck too when I declare the cost, right? Okay, so he passes with 5 down open. We'll throw 9 with Peros Pero. Okay, they Gum Giant this. I have access to 1 extra Dawn. After I use my leader ability, that is. Here's another 9 from our blocker. Okay, there's the second Gum Giant. As far as we know, those are the only 2 that were in his hand. So we'll throw another 9 here and then throw 10 with leader. 11 with leader, actually. But we had it. Nice. He did have a bunch of 2Ks in hand, but I guess the 11k after he can't defend. Okay, we have Purple Katakuri versus Green Purple Luffy. Just grind through all the Luffy games here. Okay, we have the 3-cost pudding. I think we should take what we can get, and hopefully we'll find a ramp after that. Okay, they search for a secret Luffy who play Anana and pass. We get the Peros Pero right on time. Though I don't think we really even need to ramp since we're going second anyway. We'll take this, get the event search, another 8-cost. Or no, we probably need some 2Ks. Or 8-cost, 2K. Let's be a little defensive. To protect our 8-cost Katakuri from devastation. To unite all peoples within our pudding. 3-cost pudding or Sasaki to ramp. No, I think pudding's the play. Pudding and then 7 at leader. Okay, Sanji and pudding right on time for them. How lucky. On curve, right? On for 5. They play it out. Okay, leader ability, they'll 3 it on. They can play with Frankie? I don't know, stage. Okay. I don't interact with him via cost anyway, so it does nothing against me. They pick up an Usohachi with the Nami Searcher. 7 will take. Ooh, okay, we have our late game set. Yeah, this 2-cost Katakuri is never going to turn into an 8-cost Katakuri against them. But Peros Pero will give us an extra Dawn to work with here. So we'll swing 7. I can't use the extra Dawn for anything though. Okay, so they have a Nami coming. Then let's cycle out some useless cards here. So I don't need a second pudding. Or this Katakuri. Probably the Katakuri. And then okay, God Thread is also useless. I take back what I said about the Going Merry. I do have one way to interact with them via cost. Oh no, second Sanji Pud. It's okay, we have 10 Mom next turn. Oh no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we have 8 Katakuri. So we can afford to use our leader ability once and still hit 8. So let's do it. Okay, Jet Gatling, and then we counter 1k. 2k, I mean. Okay, Zoro Juro finds him at Usohach. 7 with leader? 6 only, he's scared. Counter 2. We do have the Ananas as insurance as well. Okay, we'll play Akos Kata. Swing 6 at leader, and then we'll use our Perospero effect. Get us some extra Dawn, and I can swing 8 too. Let's discard God Thread, and then 6 cost. Get a Dawn, dang. Event Search or swing 8? We'll swing 8. Get him to 2 life, please. Got him to 2 life. Ooh, Luna to tap my pudding. That's fine. I didn't need her, she can die. But I forgot my Akos Katakuri lets me untap him. So maybe he shouldn't have triggered that. Okay, third Sanji pudding, that's not good. This is like best case scenario for him. He's gonna get so much Dawn back. Oh my god, he's still at 8 Dawn for the turn. Secret Luffy coming out? That would be a lot of 7Ks I have to defend. Okay, my Ananas will save me. 7. We'll block with 1 Anana. Because I need board space anyway. Another 7. We could leader ability, then counter 2? We'll take that one though. Okay, 7 Zoro. Or we could block. Let's do the leader ability first. Let's save the Katakuri for the last hit that they can't throw another hit afterwards with. 7, we block that one, right? Or Anana. Okay, I was thinking they were going to play like a Secret Rush Luffy that I could use the Katakuri blocker with, but didn't need to worry about that at all. So we'll play 10 Mom. I think I should swing at board now. So 6 at Zoro Juro. Okay, for Nosuke. Dang, a lot of 2Ks for them. And then we'll use Perospero to cycle as well. Hopefully get some 2Ks. Oh, he died. Okay, that's good for us. Perospero, cycle out Event Search. 5. We got Event Search. No, oops, I think I clicked the 3 cost pudding effect by accident. And that rounded me back Rest at Dawn before I could get the active. Dang it. 8 at pudding. And then 12 at Sanji pudding. Dang. I really wish I paid attention to the dialogue. We'll untap Katakuri and Lunlin. Or I wish I let me do the Perospero first so I get the active. Oh no, wait, the pudding activated from my leader effect, right? So it has to go before the Perospero effect because that's activate main. 7 at us. So if I Katakuri and 10 Mom, I go to 8k. Let's do that later. So we just block this one. A little risky because I only have 1k counter. 7 my face. Okay, now we'll do it. Dawn -1. You have a 1 drop on top, and then we'll Dawn -5. I declare 1. Make myself 7k base. That counters. And I remain a 7. Throw 7 at my face. Yeah. We should counter. Right, we still run the risk of dying to the Secret Luffy, always. Actually, we might still die to it because I have no counter, but he gets the 4th Sanji and pudding instead. But he could still play it, right? He has enough to play and attack twice for 7. Oh, but then his leader can only attack for 6, so I'm actually saved. I played out of Frankie. He can swing for 7, but then that means no Dawn up for Gungam Giant. Okay, he just passes. So he knows I can't do another Lin -5 Dawn, so the Frankie can become a problem for me. But I guess we just have to go for game or else we die. So let's do 9 with leader at the pudding. Okay, oh, he countered 2 and it still died. That was misclick maybe. Guess we'll cycle out Get a Dom back. Okay, we got a counter at least. Another 9 at Sanjay and Pudding. Okay, they had Gungam Giant. Discarded a Gungam Giant. Do 9 with oh wait, let's do the Lin at the Sanjay and Pudding and then 9 at Zoro. Okay, we managed to save ourselves. I think he forgot that my leader ability gave me plus 1k power. But even if he had one more Sanjay and Pudding, would it matter? Okay, Frankie 5. We'll just leader ability this, right? Boop, and I'm a 6k. And let's just make ourselves 7k base so that everything else can't hit us. Actually, the smart thing to do would have been to use the Lin effect only, so I have access to my leader ability for this hit right here. That was a misplay on my part. Okay, there's a secret Luffy. And then I am fine, right? Because I have a blocker. Blocker on 4k. Yeah, he just concedes. Yeah, he definitely misclicked and miscounted, but in the end, I think our deck does okay against him. We have Purple Katakuri versus Red Black Koby. So, in theory, his deck doesn't really do much to me. Okay, so they play Peacock. We have 3 cost Pudding and Mr. 2, so we're good on curve. We're going second too, so we're already good. But okay, let's play Event Search into the Pudding Searcher. Yeah, that works. Pudding Search. 10 Mom? Let's egg a 10 Mom. Then we'll pass. Okay, what you got for 3? Is it leader 8? Leader 5. We can take one. Oh, brand new search into another searcher. Okay, they have OP11 Kuzan, but they can't play that till next turn. Ripperoni will play Mr. 2. We'll 5 at lead first. Mr. 2 and then Anana. They took at Mr. 2 into Ananana. Pass. So let's see if they play that Kuzan they just got. Yeah, looks like that's what's coming out. 6 at us. We'll counter this one. I'll just take it, actually. Because now we have more 2Ks. Okay, Kuzan out. They have no way to attack our Mr. 2 yet. But yeah, Mr. 2 is just going to die soon anyway. So let's just swing with them before he gets attacked actively. Okay, so we're not at 8 just yet. But I guess we'll play out the Pudding now. Let's see. We can copy their Kuzan, making our Mr. 2 Mr. 5. So we'll do 7 with leader. Oh, they have a Koby coming. That's not good. They block with Ripper. Did I do 8k with the Mr. 2? Let's do 6k and play out a Katakuri. Counter 2, we'll play Katakuri out. And then pass. Okay, so they're at 7 Dawn. So the turn after, I can cheat out the 8 cost if I need. Oh, but I guess they can just attack into him actively. Dang, wait, I forgot about that part. Okay, so they hem up into Koby. Okay, 5 at Mr. 2. That's fine. If they attack all my characters, my active characters, I'll gladly let them die. It's like I countered their leader, their hits at my leader. Yeah, 7 at Katakuri. That's fine. It's fine. Then leader can swing at my Anana. 9 at Pudding. Oh, they put it on himself. That's fine. 7 at my face. That's leader ability. And then we'll counter 2k. And then bye-bye Koby. Okay, we just play 8 drop. I can swing 6 at, I guess a character would be better at this point. Okay, so they have Sengoku again. Oh, that's the same one that we saw. Ooh, they counter 2 1Ks to save him. Okay, we'll pass and then ramp. We have 10 Mom for next turn. They play Doll. Okay, that makes our Katakuri a 2k. And then, yeah, Kuzan lets him attack active. Okay, that's pretty good. I guess we'll just chump block with him. He's gonna die anyway. Okay, so the Hamapo can attack active. Actually, that's counter. Because if Katakuri eats a 7k, that I'm fine with that too. 7 Atom, yeah. We're fine with that too. Okay, brand new 6 at our face. Counter 2. 7 we can leader ability counter 2. Oh wait, I need to hit 10 though, so I can't leader ability. So we'll block. Or was I gonna hit 10 anyway? Oh well. 10 mom. 10 at Perospero, I just block. Then we'll kill Kuzan with this. Ooh, Honesty Impact is not good. Kuzan dies. Then we'll pass. Okay, so if they Honesty Impact, -4. Big Mom's at 8k. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can make 11 at 8. I can counter out of that actually. Then he has to hit my face. 11. Little does he know, I have perfect counter. So we'll counter 5. Or 4 actually. Oh, they just concede from that? I guess. From his hand state, he has no way to recover. And I get to keep my 10 cost 12k. Okay, bye.
Car D Kaizoku.